Doing? I hope you all are doing good and enjoying yourself and taking care of yourselves. So, without much ado, let's come back to English, page 72, The Landlady. It's written by Roald Dahl, and Roald Dahl, 1916 to 1990, was a British novelist, a short story writer, poet, and screenwriter who was born in Wales to Norwegian parents. His best known stories for children are James and the Giant Peach, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, there's a movie for it also, George's Marvelous Medicine, and the BFG. His poetry for children parodied popular fairy tales, giving them an unexpected twist without the usual happy endings. His adult stories like The Landlady, The Lamb to the Slaughter had macabre themes and shocking conclusions. He sold over 100 million books in almost 50 languages. He received the World Fantasy Award for Life Achievement in 1983 and Children's Author of the Year from the British Book of Awards in 1990. During the Second World War, Dahl served in the Royal Air Force, excelling as a flying ace and later as an intelligence officer, rising to the rank of the acting wing commander. Dahl also excelled in sports and was a keen photographer. So much of talent this person had. His endings don't have too much of a scene in it. So we'll come to know what actually is all about in this story. So I'll read through, after that I'll give an explanation, right? So it will be easier for us to go ahead and know how things we can take it forward. The art of stuffing animals so that they look alive and can be displayed is known as taxidermy. Taxidermists are skilled professionals whose services are helpful to the museums, owners of the hunting lodges, and others who would like to preserve a devoted and loved pet. Have you ever encountered a life-sized bear or a full-grown bear in a museum? In all probability, they are the products of a taxidermist's skill hands. Have a discussion in class on how you feel about this art. Making that animal type of a live thing in the same size and stuffing it up with all body muscles and nails and hair and whiskers and ears and tail, everything is ready. Sometimes the heads are only filled up to make it look like this was the deer which was killed, or that was the boar that was shot, or that was hunted. So Robert Dahl is visiting a place where this thing is happening, right? The story is about that. Let's see what is all this, the landlady, about this place which has got stuffed animals. It's got something to do with stuffed animals, I guess. We'll come to know in details. Billy Weaver had travelled down from London on the slow afternoon train, and by the time he got to Bath, it was about 9 o'clock in the evening. The character is Billy Weaver. He's traveling. He's travelled down from London. He's come away from London. This is a place we don't know where, but he's come from London, somewhere in England only. So he came by the slow afternoon trains. There are these fast passengers, there are fast locals, there are slow locals, there are non-stop locals. A slow local is going to stop everywhere, and by the time it comes, it takes a bit more time. These trains, slow train. And by the time he got to his bath, it was 9 o'clock in the evening. "Excuse me," he said, But is there a fairly cheap hotel not too far away from here? Try the Bell and Dragon, the porter answered, pointing down the road. So before he reached the place, he got down from the station and he was trying to search for a cheap hotel. And he asked the porter, the fellows who carry your luggage, who deliver your luggage, or a coolie, which we say here, but a porter does not take your luggage on the head. They take it in a trolley, they help you. You can go down the road and try the Bell and Dragon. Suddenly, in a downstairs window that was brilliantly illuminated, full of lights, by a street lamp, not 6 yards away, Billy caught sight of a printed notice propped up against the glass in one of the upper panes, upper glass side. It said bed and breakfast. Bed and breakfast is you'll get a bed and you'll get breakfast, complimentary breakfast. That's added in your rent. One night stay. You can stay if you want more, but generally your breakfast is free. It's added with your rent. It's cheap. For people traveling alone, you have your breakfast, then you leave. If you have a good breakfast, you don't need anything else till the late evening or afternoon or whatever. He stopped talking, he went right up and peered through the glass into the room, and the first thing he saw was a bright fire burning in the hearth. People, where you burn fire in winter. On the carpet in front of the fire, a pretty little dachshund, it's called a dachshund, a dog, dachshund dog. It has long body. Yes, we had a dachshund at home. My father and mother had one. We owned 2 dachshunds. Long time ago. Was curled up asleep with its nose tucked into its belly, and in one corner he spotted a large parrot in a cage. Animals inside. He turned to go. Well, all at once his eyes caught and held in the most peculiar manner by the small notice that was there. Bed and breakfast, it said. Each word was like a large black eye staring at him through the glass. Holding him, compelling him, forcing him to stay where he was and not to walk away from that house. People give that ad type of thing, look at that, okay, fine. You don't want to leave. Wow, I find a place. So we can stay here. He pressed the bell. Far away in a back room, he heard it ringing. I'll come back in the next video.